Good morning and welcome to another wonderful day in Aska. Sun's just coming up, the moon's still setting, 7:27 in the morning, and it's going to be a good day. In the last episode we upgraded all our gatherers' huts to actual hut status, as well as our workshop pit, so we could get our hunter up and running, which is now here. So our hunters now, we have Yingv out hunting for us, which should help get rid of some of the smokers in the area. It also meant we could put the farm in place, which is getting built just over here. Needs a log and a couple of stones. So that's let's get that well built. There we go. So yeah, so we're going to have the farm here, so we can get our flax and some vegetable fields put in place to help with our food, and we also with the flax, so we can get the weaver's hut put on our workshop to start making clothes ready for winter. Again, I know we're still in spring, but the sooner we get that started, the sooner it gets done, the safer we'll be when it comes to the cold times. So in this episode, that's the plan. We're going to get the farm up and running. We're going to add the weavers to the workshop. I also want to get a roadway in to the mine through these birch trees here, so that we can start getting our mine up and running. I think also we could do with some houses. So quite a lot to do in this episode, I think. So let's get cracking. So our farm is up and running, or being built. Let's harvest these down. It needs a log and some stones, like I said. So if we clear out this area here, we can put our cottages where these trees are. Stamina back up. There we go. Oh, you may have noticed, I've also, as I said in the last episode, I've put the mod on for Aska Plus, which puts these little torches on some of our permanent buildings. Well, puts them on all the buildings. It doesn't put one on the shelters, but the builder's hut, the hunters here, and the gatherer's huts all have these little torches on that just make the thing look a little bit lively. Now these torches are just cosmetic. They don't use resin or anything like that, so you don't have to worry about it completely consuming all your resin supplies like these flimsy torches and things do. But it just makes it look a little bit more lively, a little bit more lived in, and less dark, basically. It also changes a few other things, which we can show you in the settings. So if you go into settings, we've now got this Aska Plus. So spikes on the walls, when you put a wall up, you can have the spikes on it. Those take less damage when they're damaging enemies and things. We can paint grass, so we can replace some of the grass on just the mud areas once we get our cosmetics done. This puts the torches on the buildings and enables shadows and things. It also increases the decay rate on seeds. So normally from like a flax field, you get 300 and something seeds per harvest. So you end up with thousands of seeds. This just helps them decay a bit faster so you can get rid of them. Once we get smolker as a resource with a smolker pen to get the cheese and the smilk, we can then feed those seeds to the smokers. So for the time being, I'll leave that switched on. Once we get nearer having the smolker pens, we'd switch that off again. It also increases the duration of foods. So for like our pies and things, it gives you a bonus effect. For like a hunter's pie, gives you extra archery damage and things. So those go from 1 minute to 5 minutes. We can change the size of our markers. Now I'm not going to for the time being, but you can change from the default size to extended, big and huge. I'll show you on the map. So at the moment we've got these marker flags. If I go to extended, that marker area literally trebles and doubles the size of how big that marker area is. So you can have fewer markers to cover such a bigger area. The reason I'm not doing that is because of that. If I extend the markers too much, I'm going to be I'm going to be putting them into the bear den, and we really don't want that at the moment. Once we can start taking that bear out on a regular basis, then I'll think about it. But for now, I'll just leave the markers as they are. And the last thing was, I don't know if you saw, was bonus recipes. Which if we go up to our workshop here, we can make compost from our spare seeds, which is another reason not to switch them off, because you can make compost from them with seeds, bones and leather scraps. Those two will get plenty of from our hunters, and again the seeds we'll just get lots of. You can make firewood, so if your firewood's running low, you can make firewood with sticks, bark and some resin. And you can also make 25 resin from a crawler sack that you get from the mines. Once you start getting into the mine, you can get crawler sacks and you get 25 resin per crawler sack. You can also get resin from bark. So if you've got a lot of spare bark, you can make resin from the bark, so you can make your own firewood and compost for your farms and things. So if you're struggling that your outhouse isn't getting enough compost, you can just make some. So it's a couple of, it's called Aska Plus because it's tweaks to the game rather than, it's not a cheaty type mod, which is why that's the one I've put on. If you are interested in putting mods on, I'm not going to do a video on it because it's not complicated. It's actually very easy. But there's a nice chap called SerBucky has done a wonderful video on exactly how to do that, and I will link that into the description for this video. So if you want mods in your game, he will show you exactly how to do it and the easiest way to do it. It's how I learned. It's how I did it. I watched SerBucky's video. So yeah, I'll link that in the description for you. So let's crack on. Our farm is now built. So let's go over there and get our fields in place. So again, I'm going to terraform the area slightly to get the fields just the way I want them. Again, if we need to, we can move these fields round at some point. Until I start getting my cottages and things in, everything really at the moment is fairly temporary. I've got a good idea what I want to do with this village. So things will get moved around as we progress. Right, so we've got a nice area there. Let's put a farm crop in. Again, same marker. And we select. And that's the biggest we can have the field, which is 16 squares. Supply that. So that needs sticks and rope, which our builders can get on with. As for our weaver, let's get that in place as well. So this, it just attaches onto the side of the workshop like that. There we go. And again, we should have pretty much everything we need to do that. Have we got enough fibre for... No, we haven't. How are we doing for fibres in here? Oh, we've got 60 in there. So let's get some rope made. Another little achievement there. Alright, so we'll supply the rope for that. No, don't dismantle, you idiot. That's typical Flash pushing the wrong buttons as usual. And we can supply all the rope for that. Pick up some of these sticks because there's a lot of them just kicking about. And supply it. So on this one we're going to do... Oh, no worker assigned. Have we got spare workers? I think I've only got 2 builders at the moment. I've got Eagle. Ah, we have Eagle. That's it. So I need to go and get some more Jotun stones to get some more people in, which I will do in a second, I think. First of all, yeah, I'm gonna how's my inventory looking? Let's get rid of some of this stuff and I'll do a quick run out to get some Jotun stones, and then we can get a couple more people in to be builders. So get rid of all of that. Flax seeds I can just drop. Sticks I can put in there. And firewood. Have we got all that? Is that full? Yes, firewood's full. So let's get rid of this firewood. Right. as you can see, we now have quite a few Jotun stones. So let's start getting villagers in. So a rocker, athlete, or iron stomach, stormforged. Asa or Aj. Let's have Aj. Firm. Let's get the next one queued up. Now we're going to need more places for these people to stay. So we're going to clear some of these tree stumps. Because we can't place buildings with tree stumps in the way. Ah, can't put that rock there anyway. Right, need to clear these trees then. Things are going slowly now because I've only got the one builder. Because obviously Yingvi, we've put in the hunter's hut. Hopefully he's out doing his job. And that's my axe broke. Is there a spare one in the tool rack? Yes, there is. Let's have a look, see how he's been doing. Has he couldn't find anything to hunt. The amount of smokers we've got round here, you couldn't find anything to hunt. Wow. Okay. Let's put a hunter's marker over here then. Build, marker, hunting. Supply a stick. And some fibres to make a rope. Can't believe he says he's got nothing to hunt with the amount of smokers we've got round here. That's just not on, is it? And it's starting to get dark. Where was I? Oh yes, chopping down trees. To get rid of the stumps as well, and we can get our first cottage in where these trees were. That's my plan. I wish I could see though, because it's absolutely pitch black on my screen. Again, I will lighten this in edit for you so that you can see. Right, so let's flatten out this area. One of the mods I did want to get was one that lets me flatten a larger area at a time. But that mod did a lot of other things that I don't necessarily want, so I've not put that on. It would be nice. No, I want to flatten the area, not pick the stone up, log up even. Picking things up rather than hitting the ground, which is what I want to do. Right, I've got Adge in. Let's see what he's good at. Did I make the right choice? Don't know why I went there. Adge. So Iron Stump we knew about, Stormforge we knew about, so he's Springtime Vitality, he's a Lumberjack, and he's got Iron Lungs. So he is going to be very useful. Again, because he's got the Optimistic Outlook perk, we don't need to give him somewhere to live straight away. We can literally just work him for the first 24 hours. So he is going to help us build our cottage here. And then he will have somewhere to stay. So I'll just clear a couple more of these trees, and the cottage should fit in this spot nicely. So while we're just chopping wood, why don't we have a wee chat? So, I'm saying so again, so annoying. One of the things I was going to ask you guys is, we're in December now, there's lots of new games coming out in the future. What games are you excited for? Other than playing Aska, obviously, because Aska's awesome. But there's quite a few games coming out. Oh, we've got a blood moon. Right, so let's find out where it's coming from first of all. Right in the middle of those birch trees over there. So let's call our warriors up, and they should be coming. Oh, here we go. Come on, guys, have a go. That's the first one. Where's the rest of them? There'll be more. Let's get them advancing on this thing. So they should be here. Nothing else is getting attacked. There's my 2 warriors. Where's the rest of these baddies? I'm not seeing any warnings of buildings getting attacked or anything. The market is literally right in front of us. Have some water. Failing to see the rest of these for the blood moon. We've had 1 skeleton so far. Now the first one's normally quite a light attack. I'm certainly expecting more than just 1 skeleton. It's normally like 3 or 4 rights and a skeleton or something like that. Is it bad that I'm disappointed that we're only getting 1 skeleton? Come on. Got things to do. Come and attack me. That's the back of the mine. The invasion spawner is that red mark just there, which is right here. But no, nothing. Right, let's do what we're doing then. I don't like that. I don't like leaving it where the oh, maybe we can just ignore it then. Go back to clearing our space. If they decide to attack again, we can go and deal with them. So, as I was saying, what games are you guys looking forward to? I've got a couple, which the first one is Star Rupture, which I played the demos of and really enjoyed, which is a single or multiplayer game. Looking forward to that one. And the other one that I'm looking forward to is Occupy Mars, which is quite an old game now, but it's coming out of early access at the end of January. Star Rupture's at the beginning of January. Occupy Mars is at the end of the 30th. So that's 2 games that I'm looking forward to. Why don't you leave me a comment and see what games you guys are looking forward to, because there's a lot coming out fairly soon. And see what see if there's games that you'd want me to cover on the channel. That didn't flatten as well as I wanted it to. Let's try that again then. Looks like it's going to do better. While he's doing that, let's get another villager on the way. So we have Half Dan, Rain Dancer and Wind Rider, or Lassie, Feeble Logger, Soggy Disco. It's going to be Half Dan, isn't it? There we go, Half Dan. Why can we not get rid of that ridge? Is it because there's a log on it? A tree, rather. Let's try that again then. There we go. That's what we wanted. Right, let's get our... go to the right place. Let's get a cottage built. Are we getting attacked? Yes. There we go. And a Draugr attacking. I knew it was a bad idea to just leave that Blood Moon going. Have we got any food yet? Yes. Let's get some steak cooking. Got lots of firewood kicking about from chopping all those tree stumps. Bit of my brew while we're waiting for that. There we go. Some lovely steak. Might as well do the last two while I'm here. I'll take a couple of seconds. There we go. And we'll put the spare bits in there for the villagers. So, our cottage. Coming along nicely. I can supply some of the rope. Everything else should be pretty much there. Let's clear that body. Where was he? There he is. See if I missed anything else other than the Draugr coming into the village. If nothing else, it gives us a large stone for the cottage there. Yeah, just some stones. Let's see if I find any more bodies. There's a skeleton over here somewhere. Anywhere? Should be glowing red. No, can't see him. He'll turn up. Unless the hunters have already harvested him, which I don't think they will have done, but we'll find him at some point. And there's Halfdan. Pin that repair. So there's plenty of stones there to get the cottage up and running. Right. One of my villagers is suffering. Right, where is he? Barn is our workshop guy. Did he get hit hard by the Draugr, do we think? Looks like it. He'll recover. So, farmers. I need a farmer so that I can get that field up and running. Let's have a look who we can put in here. Well, Egil is quite a good farmer already. So let's assign him to the farm. And we can, in this field, we're going to do flax first. So there's flax. Now flax you can plant all year round. So normally at the end of each season you'd clear previous plants. Because this grows all year round and I'm going to be putting the same thing in this all the time, I'm not going to bother clearing that one. So we can just paint this as flax all 4 seasons, and that should be our fibre needs pretty much met. 405 fibre per season, as long as 320 seeds, which, well, most of the seeds will end up just thrown away. So we'll save that. We need to make him a rake at the workshop. There's day 5. I don't want to craft one, I want to set that as a task. So add a task, make a rake, create. And we'll move that to the top for just now, so he does that first. Can we make one just now? Needs more sticks. So he'll get on with that. Want your barn once you're feeling a bit better. Yeah. You ever sit down and rest, dude? We'll let you recover your health a little bit. Do we have any garlic and things we can give him? No. No. Body is broken. Right, his health's still at a reasonable amount. So he will get better. He's at 32 health. He's not gone down any since we first saw him suffering. So, field should be up and running shortly with flax. We've got our cottage well on the way. Our hunters are starting to bring stuff in. We've got smoker horns already. We've got meat already. What I also might do is, because I limited them, let's put the fen back on the menu, which should start getting us some large chunks of meat as well. So we've got leather starting to build up as well. Let's get this cottage up, and then we can put these people in the building, because I know what I'm like. I will forget. As I said in the last episode, you can leave them for 24 hours without giving them a home or any sort of comforts, and they will just work because they're happy. I forget. Yeah. So I want to get this cottage up and running, and they will then be happy. I think all our bark's being used for rope making at the minute, because I'm not seeing very much bark on the floor there. Is there any over in the wood cutters? Yeah, that's 2 bark. Oh, there we go. They've done it. Get out of it. So that's them picking up and eating the leather scraps. Let's get the next one on the way. So another retired bowman, Bo. Are they at it again? Yes. Is that the same one? Go away. I might make myself a club, thinking about it. He's persistent, isn't he? Can I make myself a spike club? I need some more sticks. Right. Yeah, it's the same one. The problem is, when you're chasing these things, you stop to take a swing. So unless they get caught up on something, they can just... I got a hit on him. But in the time it takes you to stop and take a swing, they've run away from you. So you end up chasing them for hours, which I'm not going to do, because it's pointless. Right, our cottage is now built. Let's get some creature comforts in there and some more beds, and we can start housing some more of our villagers. So again, those that have watched the channel before have seen the way I do this. We want 5 beds. And then we want a couple of partitions. One like that. And then just an angled wall to go there. We also want a firewood storage to go there. That gives them the best comfort out of the house. If you can put 6 in, in fact, let's dismiss that and put that a little bit further back. There we go. Yeah, you can put 6 beds in, but they start to feel like they're a little bit claustrophobic and overcrowded. So I find 5 is ideal. You put the barriers in the way, and they get a little bit more comfort out of the building. So let's get our homeless people assigned in there, so that everyone's happy, everyone's got a bed. Because like I say, I could do that tomorrow, but I'll probably forget. What do you need, Astrid? More forager markers. Why are people hungry? We've got meat. If those bloody smokers don't stop eating it all. We have got somebody on the barbecue, haven't we? Our managed workers. Yes. Loritz is our barbecue worker. There he is. So let's give him this meat so he can start barbecuing. And I think for today I'm going to leave it there. We've got most, I'd say 90% of what I wanted to do done today. We have the farm up and running and starting to get our... He needs a rake still. There should be those getting made. Let's just go and check that before we finish the episode. How are you feeling? You're still at 32 out of 50. Out of 100 rather. Have you built us a rake yet? No. Sticks and some rope. Get some fibre. So let's make some rope. Make a rake. Stick short still. Right, make a rake. Put the spare stuff that I don't need in there. And let's go give our farmer his rake. And he can start getting to work. Where's he gone? Is this you? No, this is the barn again. Can I build a healer's hut yet? I can't even remember where they are. Healing hut. Let's get one of those built as well. Again, that's probably not going to stay there. Where's our farmer? Who is our farmer? Eagle. Right, Eagle is over there. There's Eagle. He is our farmer. So we can give him his rake. So that's it. That's our farm. It's going to be up and running shortly. Eagle will start clearing this. Let's pick up that resin before it gets lost. To get our flax up and running, we've built a cottage. So we're starting to get more permanent. I don't know if that's a graphical glitch, but there's stuff missing from in here. So we've got the cottage to make our villagers happier. We've got the weaver's hut, which I haven't set up the clothes production yet because we need to get some fibres first. Otherwise we'll just eat through the fibres that we've got. So yeah, it's a good start. Most of what we wanted to do is done today, so he's improved his health a little bit. So, thanks for watching. If you've got this far, please consider leaving me a like if you've enjoyed the video. If you haven't enjoyed the video, leave me a comment, let me know what I'm doing wrong so I can improve, because again, the only way I'm going to improve is if you guys tell me what you think. So yeah, leave me a like, leave me a comment. Again, if you haven't subscribed already, please consider subscribing. I'm still a small channel and I am trying to grow, and every subscription, every like, every comment just helps me work out how I'm doing. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next episode. Cheerio!